This video is an explanation of the project, and that is going to absolutely change Colombia and South America. And it's definitely already changing my life. And this is for Isaak, Kristtian, Katya, and Ian. Okay? And this is Ramiro. Ramiro works for me. He does everything. He's going to be in charge of total construction. He constructed 80% of this. I helped with the other 20% and created following instructions, etc. But I want you to understand what I'm doing here, so I'm going to give the camera over to him now. Okay, ya está grabando. Lo único es verme a mí y están ahí. Okay, so basically what I want is I want you to understand what's happening here, which is absolutely fantastic. And I want to explain to you the system and what I'm doing with it, and where it's going, and what's going to be happening here in just the next 2 years is phenomenal. And because this is possibly your inheritance, that these are decisions, and how much of an inheritance, it totally depends on you. It's your decision. You guys are big boys. Katya, from I believe, is now pregnant. I really don't know if it's her second child. I don't know nothing, okay? Because you guys have been poisoned so much by the Busquets, which you are now taking their name. Okay, fine. And that you don't know the truth. And the sad part about it is that you don't want to know the truth. But that's your decision, you know. People can live a lie. But anyway, that's not what this video is about, so I'm going to go into what I'm about and what I'm doing here. Agri-Sud-America is an entity which I happen to be the legal representative, and they're out of Belize, Central America. And Agri-Sud-America has the rights for distribution and development of a franchise system for all of the world, but we're beginning here with Colombia, and we're going to spread really fast. Okay? I'm going to send you another video that with this, or maybe after this, or before this, which you'll see the first couple that has bought the first franchise, and we're going to go from there. Okay? But in front of me, this is what you call a vertical tower hydroponic system. It is very different than the traditional hydroponic systems that have been used for the last 30, 40 years. It is much more highly profitable, financially, much more productive, a lot of things. So I want you to explain this to you so that you understand how this works, so that then when I tell you where Agri-Sud-America is going with this here over the course of the next 10 years, and which the only thing that's going to put a slight delay on it is if I die. I'm wearing the hat because here I'm up in the mountains, and this is worse than the beach. The sun here hits, and it hits a lot harder, and you can be out here for 15, 20 minutes, and you can have a very hardcore sunburn. Okay, now, I'm going to take you down here because I want to show you up close, and I want to explain to, the four of you how this works and why it works, etc., and where we're headed from this, okay? So, come on down with me. Hola.
Sin agua.
¿Se nos acabó la agua?
Gloria. Que la eche.
Necesita las mangueras, como yo.
Claro, este verano.
Okay. Okay. Now, I want to take you close to what a tower is, okay? This tower can have anywhere from 2 to 7 planters, okay? These planters have been in development for close to 25 years in the United States. And it's a small family that owns the patent. They've done this, and they've done good business and all that. But this is huge. I'm taking them to a much higher level. If you ever saw the movie on McDonald's and how McDonald's started, this is, in a sense, the same way. I'm Ray Kroc, and I'm going to be the Ray Kroc of the small farm, because I'm taking this into a level that's way up higher. I'm basically going to make the small farm the McDonald's. It's mind-blowing. Even the owners of this are totally wow, and they want to adapt what I'm doing because they see that it will take them to levels that are huge. Okay, I'm going to explain to you. This right here is a tower, okay? And we're doing right here on all of this, as you see, we put these gallons up here to do a test that we just finished running, in which to see that how much water with nutrients is going to be coming into the planters because it's certain measurement and everything, and it goes straight to the plants. These are not fertilizers. These are nutrients. It's like you taking steroids, okay, a superfood, which just turns these plants into Superman, okay, and it has many different results. But even you can grow most anything: cucumbers, bell peppers, chives, herbs, potatoes, most anything you can grow in this system. We're specializing and going to specialize in the tomatoes. We right now, in another video that I've sent you see that in which I went to visit the person who is doing the germination of the tomato seeds, and they're coming out. They're about this tall right now, maybe 2 inches. We need them to be about 4 to 5 inches, and then we're going to bring them over here. And there you saw Alvaro and Viviana. They bought the first franchise, and which is, I'll explain it to you on the other side. But anyway, this right here is we're doing the synchronizing of the system so that it brings in so much water with nutrients in 1 minute every hour. Now, the system has what is called zones, and a zone is comprised of 2 rows, okay, and with no more than 50 towers total, okay. Okay, because why no more? Why can't it be 100 towers? Because through 25 years of experience, the people in the United States have tried it all, and they know what works and what doesn't work. And thank goodness we're now at a point where we're getting from them what works. All right. Now, nutrients are fed on an hourly basis for a certain length of time through the irrigation hoses, and then through these tubes, and then these emitters, and they come right into this dish, and then the dish divides it up onto here. And in the case of tomatoes, we only have 2 tomato plants in each of these. So one tower has maximum of 4 tomato plants. 2 on this one and 2 on this one. So there will be 2 on this one diagonal, and then 2 on this one in the other direction. And so every hour from early in the morning until early evening, this system is sending 1 minute of water to each of the 4 zones, in which each zone has 50 planters for a total of 200 towers, I should say. Each zone has 50 planters, which make up 1 zone, and there's 4 zones, so that's 200 planters. Okay. Now, each of these towers, we already know from the United States, will grow minimum of 8 to 10 pounds of tomato a week. And actually, we know it's a little bit more than that, but we use 8 to 10 pounds when we're talking to people, okay, because it's so mind-blowing even at 8 to 10 pounds, because that's never been done before, okay? And out of this area, which is approximately, all of this, is only like 365 meters. Now, you got to understand, an acre is 4,000. And on an acre, you will produce approximately, according to industry statistics, 11,000 pounds of tomato. Well, we only got 365, let's say 400 meters here, and we're going to be producing 8,000 pounds of tomatoes in a tenth of what an acre does. It's mind-blowing. Yet, the plants always got the water they need, they got all the nutrients they need, and we're doing it at 75–80% less cost in nutrients. We don't use fertilizers. Fertilizers are strong and they're good, but nutrients are more powerful than fertilizers. Everything is timed on a cycle. The process is all computer controlled. Okay? So when the water gets here, the soil that we use is not soil. It is coir. It's coconut coir, which has been found to be, and we've been using it for the last 15 to 20 years, it's less resistant to diseases, etc. The plants grow much better on it. The absorption is much better. The pH is much better. The electric conductivity is much better, etc. But the overrun is captured in this bottom dish, what is not absorbed, and then it flows down the tube, and then it goes down this PVC pipe to the end. So let's keep going. we just finished running a synchronization to make sure that we're getting what we need in 1 minute. So we're letting it alone. But anyway, the extra runs back into here. It's collected in this main pipe. It goes here to the end, and then it goes into the blue tank, the overrun. In the blue tank, there's a water pump, submersible, that then puts it back into the main tank where originally everything came from. Okay, and then the cycle just repeats, and it comes out through these tubes everywhere. Now, depending upon the climate and where you are and all that, but when this thing is at full growth, you're not going to be able to see these planters. This will be a jungle. And so it's going to have branches with leaves and everything. And here, it does get a nice hot. Medellin is called the city with the eternal springtime because it's, basically from high 60s to mid 70s year-round. It rarely gets into the 80s, and only at nighttime does it ever really fall below 60. So it's just gorgeous. We're expecting the tomato growth here to be far greater than the United States because the weather is much more optimum, much more prime. Okay? And so anyway, the overrun comes, and then every hour it goes from this zone 1 to zone 2 to zone 3 to zone 4. It does each of the 4 rows one at a time. Okay, and here in this tank here is where we have the first water, and this is where we mix the nutrients. Okay, and once they're mixed here, then we open up the valve and we fill up the bottom tank, which is what feeds the system. The tank in the rear is for the leaves, whereby, depending upon, if it's really super hot and all that, yes, the roots and all that they can take care of, but the leaves might need a refreshment. And so here, right here, is we have misters, sprayers, that are going to spray and just give a really nice mist to all of the leaves, etc. And so it works fantastic. Fantastic. Our goal, okay, is to franchise this throughout all of South America, but we're starting here with Medellin. Here is the first franchise which the couple, Alvaro and Viviana, are doing, and here we're going to have 200 planters. They're already marked. Viviana and Alvaro just went down to buy the 222 tubes, which is for 222 towers, and they'll be arriving tomorrow. But eventually, we're going to end up at the same length as this towers. But in this area, we already know we're going to hit 500 towers. Now, this area's got 200 towers. We'll be producing, rounded, 10 pounds of tomatoes a week. So that's 2,000 pounds of tomatoes. This area will be producing 500 towers. So that's 5,000 pounds of tomatoes. So between the both of them, that's 7,000 pounds of tomatoes in approximately 900 square meters. So it would be a fourth of an acre. 9,000. Okay, 2 and 5, 7. That's 28,000 pounds of tomatoes in, let's say, 1,000 square meters. You can't do that planting tomatoes the regular way. You're not even going to come close to that figure of getting 28,000 pounds of tomatoes on 1,000 square meters. Can't be done. Not the traditional way. And you can't even do that with hydroponics. The traditional hydroponics was that's been used for the last 20, 25 years. Here, this system can do it. And it has been doing it in the United States, and now we're bringing it here. Okay? And so we're going to do the first 200 projects here. The 200 towers will be ready here within about 3 weeks. Okay, for the first franchise. And then we're going to take it all the way to the end with an additional 300. Now, once we have this producing, 28,000 pounds of tomatoes is basically at 3,000 pesos a pound is what we've offered to Éxito, which they have accepted. Éxito is the Walmart of Colombia. They're huge. They're just like the Walmarts. As a matter of fact, Walmart tried to buy Éxito back about, I don't know, some 4 or 5 years ago. They didn't arrive at a deal. But anyway, they're going to take it all. Now, that's 84 million, 28 times 3,000 pesos, that's 84 million pesos. You divide that by 3, you're looking at somewhere around $28,000 a month. Out of probably a little bit less than 1,000 meters. They can't do that in regular traditional farming. Can't be done. We can do it. Right now we got another group who's interested in doing a 2,000 meter project in the United States. Ooh, I'm coming to the United States sometime. Ooh, let your mother know. Ooh, she'll call the judge. Get the cops out! Get the cops out! He's coming to the United States! Unbelievable. Yeah, sometime. Sometime coming. I'll let you know after I'm back. Anyway, and that 2,000 will have approximately 1,500 towers to 2,000. We'll say 1,500. That's 15,000 pounds of tomatoes a week. That's 60,000 pounds of tomatoes. In the United States, from what we can tell, we'll be able to sell those 60,000 pounds of tomatoes for $2 a pound. That's $120,000 a month out of 2,000 square meters. You can't do that any other way but our system. So what we got is, and AgriSud America, who I am the legal representative of AgriSud America, it will be receiving 40%. So 40% is approximately, I don't know, somewhere around $45,000 a month. And this is only going to keep going because the group that's here in Colombia that wants to do this in the United States, they actually want to do up to 10 acres of this project. I mean, do you have any idea what we're talking about? We're talking about a project that's going to have somewhere around 75 to 100,000 towers, producing 10 pounds of tomatoes. So they might want to, they're also thinking of strawberries. We're talking about mind-blowing numbers. Okay? And AgriSud America will always have their percentage. It's a franchise. And here, once we have this going, I'm going to show you here. Come on down here. Here, from the chickens, las gallinas, from the gallinas, the chickens, all the way to the post, and to where that rock is. From that rock to here, we're going to be putting a system up that'll have about 800 towers. So between there and here, we're going to have 1,500 towers. That's 15,000 pounds of tomatoes a week. That's 60,000 pounds of tomatoes on approximately 45% of an acre. When an acre only produces 11,000 pounds of tomatoes. Do you see what's happening here? This is the inheritance. And from here we're going to do 1 hectarea. A hectarea will take close to 30,000 towers here in Medellin. AgriSud America will do a hectarea. That's 30,000 towers. Times 10, that's 300,000 pounds of tomatoes a week. And the Éxito that we've spoken to actually has spoken to all of the major markets. I mean, we're talking about huge, like the Costco's. They all want them. Selling them is not a problem. But, 300,000 pounds a week is 1.2 million pounds times 3. Listen, the numbers are absolutely mind-boggling. But this system does it. It's been doing it. This is not something we're going to try here. Let's see if it works. No, this is already being done. But now it's going to be done the big way. Because I only think big. I can't do anything unless I'm thinking big. Okay, I can't do anything small. It has to be big. And it's taken a long time. And I've gone through hell getting here. But I went through. I didn't stay there. And my life is a virtuous life. It's like I say, in the divorce with your mother, I have clean hands. Your mother, her hands are full of shit, which she can't clean. can't clean her hands. All the lies, the false accusations, everything she did, everything, that's going to come out elsewhere. Because that's not really about what this is about. But anyway, so this is going to grow. A hectarea will produce $500,000 a month. And I'll have the hectarea in Medellin within approximately a year and a half. 2 maximum. And from there, we're going to be putting 1 hectarea in each of the 10 major cities in Colombia. So that's 10 cities producing $500,000 a month. That's $5 million. When we get to that point, we're going to be putting hectareas in every single major city in South America, and then Canada, and then I want to go to Israel. But that's your inheritance. That's your inheritance. If you want it. I wasn't planning on talking about this part in this video, but I'm going to go ahead and take it there now. Your inheritance. Back when I came here in 2009, you guys were, I don't know, 2004, you were now still kids. When I discovered that your mother fraudulently changed your name, she came to me telling me that you 3 guys had went to her and said to her that you wanted to change and get rid of the Bourbano name, and that you wanted to Busquets, and that you wanted to go to court and change your name legally. Well, listen, I wasn't born yesterday, and that's a freaking lie. You guys never did that. Your mother did it. What do you guys know about the legal system? Nothing. Zero. Okay? Your mother came to you and asked you if you wanted to do it, or your grandfather, Papon, real son of a bitch. But anyway, and they did that. And okay, you want to change your name to Busquets, you're now big boys. You're over 20, 21. Katya's married, pregnant. I think she has another child, but I'm not really sure. Because even though I've tried to communicate with you, you don't. So, well, let's go up here and we'll keep talking. Hey. Okay. Ramiro, si quieres, siéntete aquí. Yo me voy a sentar aquí.
Ah, ¿y aquí?
Así, sí, ahí mirándome. Okay. This is chocolate. Hey, Canela. And this is Canela. I just got her 2 weeks ago or so. Canela. Venga. It's Canela. Canela. She's about 8 or 9 months. Chocolate is 3 years. They're both Labradors. Then I got the Beagle. And I love them. Oh. But they're in a farm. They're free. Not in some freaking apartment or house in the city where you got to keep them locked up inside. No, they're free all day. But anyway. Okay, so let's keep going. The day's going to come when I'm going to die. I'm 66 years old. I'm told that I don't look it. People are very surprised. No. They think I'm in my early 50s, which is fine. But, you know, death comes to everybody at any time. For example, the attorney, who was a real son of a bitch who lied in court, his name was Rick Clark. He was appointed to be the guardian ad litem to see how you can rip off the father. That's all they are, is sons of bitches. He went into court and he lied for your mother, and etc. And the court knew he was lying, but it didn't make any difference. And then, you know, I saw him on the outside of the courtroom, and I told him, you know, you lied, and Jehovah knows that you lied. And when it comes to your day to be in front for judgment, you'll go to Sheol. You're done. And he went into the courtroom to the judge crying, oh, he said that I'm going to die, or he said I'm going to go to hell. And you know what happened to him? Because he mocked the name of Jehovah. 1 year later, at the age of 48, with 8 kids, he had a heart attack. I got no compassion for that son of a bitch at all. Okay, he should have died earlier, but anyway, he's dead. William Clark, the attorney for your mother, son of a bitch, lied left and right. All he cared about was the money or whatever favors your mother gave him, okay, for him to handle the case. But he thought he was going to collect money from me. He never got a cent from me. I wonder how long your mother paid for that. But anyway, keep going. All right. You guys decided that you wanted to change your name. I know I could never be sold on the deal that you guys came voluntarily or that idea came from you. No. It came from your mother or the Busquets, whatever. And it has a spiritual implication, but anyway. Okay, so you changed your names. So you're not a Bourbano anymore. Okay? All right. That's fine. So let's talk about inheritance. This thing is going to be huge. This is so cute. It's a cash cow, as it's called. This thing makes money. And with the plans that I have as the legal representative for AgriSud America, this thing will be a multinational within 10 years. It'll be the #1 biggest. Siéntate. Acuéstate. No. 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 Acuéstate. 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 And so anyway, I am looking at getting married. And when I do get married, it's going to be a woman that's going to be between the age of 31 to preferably 39. I did get married already, but got divorced within 2 weeks, which is what I should have done with Marisol in the United States. I should have had the whole matrimony annulled, because all she did was lie to me, and I found that out after we got married, and I'm going to be talking about that in another video. But anyway, okay, you changed your names, and you changed it to the name of the son of a bitch who destroyed our family, who sexually molested your mother. You may think whatever, but I can prove it. If I was with Papon in a room for 30 minutes, I don't have to touch him. I have the questions and everything, and I know Mina knows that her husband, Papon, sexually molested, and I can prove it. I can prove it. Okay? But you think whatever you want. The point is this. He destroyed our family. The Busquets. Him with the mother, and I imagine since then, Ricky, nothing but a freaking hypocrite. Eileen, same thing. Gongi, to a high degree, yes, not as much, but in my eyes, he is. Okay. All of them, as far as I'm concerned, have poisoned the three of you against me. 100%. And okay, you want to eat the poison? Eat the poison. I mean, Isaac, I love you, but you come to me, oh, are you saved? Let me tell you something, Isaac. Don't come to me with your bullshit Christianity. I love you, but don't come to me with bullshit Christianity, because first of all, does not the New Testament say, honor your father? Well, have any of you three honored your father? No. You've judged your father and have cut off ties with him, won't respond to me, won't nothing, and then you come to me preaching? Oh, let me tell you something. I'd really like to say a lot more words of the nature you wouldn't like as to your hypocrisy, but then you are Busquets. So you take right on with their hypocrisy. You don't like that, but it's the truth. Busquets are the biggest hypocrites I've ever met in my entire life. But let's keep going. Okay, you changed your names. As much as I love you, there's no way in the world that you're going to receive an inheritance of a multinational company, because that's what it will be in 10 years. It's not going to happen. Why? Because I'm not leaving that type of an inheritance to a Busquet. I don't care that you are my biological son. You chose to take the name of the son of a bitch who destroyed our family, which he tried to do from the very first day.